Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to a channel update. It has yet again been a while since I've done one of these and I've finally got a sort of setup that should work for it. You'll notice that I've got a nice secondary camera down there for a very good reason, and I've got this overlay which has recently been redesigned to work with my Twitch streams, which is something that I'm going to be mentioning today along with the rest of these topics down here. So I've adapted it to work for this channel update and I think it looks pretty snazzy. So I do have a tendency to ramble with these channel updates where I go on about what I'm doing, where I've been, what I'm working on, and where you can catch me live for the streaming and all that stuff. So please do bear with me. So first of all, I want to mention the Character Crusade podcast. I'm going to be appearing on that this evening. That is going to be at 6 PM Central Time. That's also at midnight for British Standard Time, and I'll leave links down below for a website where you can convert that to your own time if you're elsewhere on this planet. So that's where I get together with the Character Crusade podcast. We talk about Skyrim, modding, what I'm working with, and we just have a general chat and a really good laugh. It's usually really good fun, and it lasts for about 2 hours. However, this time around, I am not going to be alone. I'm going to be taking SimSim899 with me, if you are unaware as to who SimSim is, so if you don't really catch my live streams or anything. She is a big member on the team for Beyond Skyrim. So the Bruma release that just happened, she's taken a big part on that, and you're going to be able to see her later on this evening if you tune in, and she'll be talking about that, and I'll be talking about my other projects, which I'm also going to get into very shortly. So if you're interested, that's going to be taking part this evening, so the time this video is released, obviously. So it's the 7th today of August. And so, yeah, I'm going to be appearing on there. I've been on there a few times before. You can go and grab those videos off on their website or on their YouTube, Couch Warrior TV. Go and check those out. I'm not sure if I'll remember to link all of that. But anyway, yep, I have appeared on there before, a few different times. There's also another podcast happening around September, but I'm going to do a different video, probably pretty much dedicated to that sometime after this one. So the next thing on the list is the website. So here's the reason why I have a secondary camera hooked up today. So the website has once again been receiving some pretty major updates, and so it's www.darkfox127.co.uk for those of you that have visited it before. Those of you that know me well will know that I pretty much have redesigned this many times before. I recently moved over to Wix with it off of Weebly, which is the website design that I used to create it, because it just was outdated. So Wix is a lot more up to date. It's a lot easier to work with, and I've finally taken everything from my previous styles on my website, and I think I've merged it all together into a pretty nice, modern and easy to navigate version of the website. So as you can see, this is the home page. You can pretty much get to everything really quickly. So Skyrim mods, Twitch, details on work in progress stuff, and also other things like getting started with the creation kit. Some of this doesn't work just yet. There's a couple of links that'll be like, oops, sorry, it doesn't take you anywhere because this isn't 100% finished just yet, but it is definitely getting there. So you can get to the Discord and all sorts. There's a new work in progress, for projects that I am currently working on. So Claywater Retreat, Lost Observatories, and the GAF project. That's stuff that I'm going to get into very shortly. There's also an event section for everything that I'm doing, so I'm going to mention that as well very shortly. So that's the website. Go and check it out, please. Let me know what you think. You can use the contact form, or you can dive onto the Discord community, and you can let me know on there. The next thing on the list, so new mods. As you can see, or have seen from that website, in the work in progress section, I am working on project modularity. I have got a video sort of trying to explain exactly what that is. It's like a big resource project, and the banner of which all my new mods are going under. And I'm also working on the Lost Observatories. That's the most recent. I do have a video on that you can go ahead and watch. It's about 20 minutes of me rambling and stumbling over my own words, attempting to explain exactly what it is. It's still got a lot of fine things here and there that need working out, but I've been receiving a lot of great feedback and really good criticism actually of the lore aspects of the mod to help me really polish things off and make it really awesome. So if you want to know more about Lost Observatories, video about that. And Claywater Retreat is the big house project which I have been doing on my live streams. So that's the other thing that I'm going to lead into. is my dual streaming. A lot of you have been unaware over here on my YouTube channel who pretty much just follow me here. You've been unaware that I do live streaming. For some years now I have been live streaming over on Twitch, and for about the past 12 months I've been doing a sort of schedule. So every Monday, Wednesday and Thursday I am streaming over on Twitch, and quite recently, past few months, I've also been streaming on YouTube, which I'm sure some of you may have noticed. Nozzy introduced me to something called Restream, which allows me to stream to one server and it splits off to Twitch and YouTube. That means that I can really get the best of both audiences. I can try and grab some of you from YouTube and make you aware of my live streaming. You can continue to watch on YouTube, or you can do as I recommend, which is dive over onto Twitch and interact more with the community on there, because we get a lot more going on in chat and such. But if you're happy watching on YouTube, feel free. So if the live streaming is something that sounds interesting to you, then please come along, follow on Twitch, or make sure that you're watching here on YouTube. I do set the events up a few hours before they happen, but the events section that I showed you on the website does list when I do stream and such, and I try and keep it updated, but sometimes things change, things get cancelled because I travel away a lot and work gets in the way of things. But yeah, I do live stream now on Twitch and YouTube, so that's the whole dual streaming thing. I do the creation kit on Mondays and Thursdays, and I take a break on Wednesdays and I just kick back and I play some games. So I do things like The Sims 4, The Forest, hopefully Skyrim shortly, the special edition once I've got my mod setup all correct and everything. We do some other stuff as well, so things like Outlast with SimSim, and also Siberia 2, which is quite a funny point and click. And so that's streaming. If that sounds interesting, please go ahead, check that out. And the last thing on the list is the main meat of the channel update, I suppose, the one that a lot of you here are more interested in, and that is content. You may have noticed that I managed to release videos pretty well for a few weeks, I think it was at least, where on Tuesdays and Fridays I was releasing nice videos, whether it be a tutorial, a fun video, or something Nifscope related. I do plan on doing that, however recently responsibilities and travelling away and work and all sorts of things have led me to have to cancel things, and it's kind of completely messed up the schedule. So just to share this again, if I haven't closed my website, no. The events section here, you'll see what's going on. This, like I say, does change, but I'm laying out a schedule now which I hope to try and stick to the best of my ability, where on Fridays I'll try and get a video out. So I'm going to try and get a video out every single week, but I can't promise it. Like I say, sometimes things will be moved around, and I've got my streaming laid out, and of course the Character Crusade podcast. So please come along and check out the events section if it's something that you're interested in, with all the live streaming and knowing what's coming and when. So I've got things laid out like the best of Twitch, another fun video. I've got spotlights that I'd really like to pick up again. There's a couple of mods I'd really like to check out. I've also got things like Nifscope tutorials, and continuing on with creation kit stuff, AI scheduling. That's going to be a tough one, which is why I've pushed it back quite a bit. I'm quite busy at the moment. I keep looking at that camera when I've got this on. Hi. But yeah, everything's sort of on there. So content wise, I'm hoping to stick to Fridays, but don't hold me to it at all, because things always change and I'm pretty busy. But that is what I am hoping to do. I'm hoping to get back on board and do things and keep busy with that stuff, while at the same time having a goddamn life and enjoying myself with my own games in my spare time as well. Whew. So that was a hell of a channel update. I tried to keep it short, tried to keep it sweet. I've recorded this about 5 times now, and this is the one that's probably going to stick. Well, if you're watching it, then it is. Hi. So that is it. I really wanted to update you all, get you informed about the podcast that's going on. So just to confirm that bit, as it's pretty immediate, 6 PM Central Time, 8 PM British Summer Time, and whatever time for your time. I'll put links down below for everything that I've talked about. I'm going to be on the Character Crusade podcast. However, I'm still going to be doing my Monday night live stream this evening at 8 PM my time, so UK time, British Summer Time. I'm going to be doing that. Then we're going to be taking a couple of hours break. Then we'll be coming back and moving on to the Character Crusade podcast. So it's going to be great fun. Please do join if you have got the time and it sounds interesting. It's going to be a great laugh, hopefully, and everything should go off without a hitch. Fingers crossed. because sometimes my internet likes to go, it's midnight, fuck you. But anyway, there we go, rambling, don't want to ramble, wanted to keep it short, 10 minutes, that's a record. Probably not, I've done shorter. Alright, but there we go. I'm just going to point you toward the Discord as well. We have a fantastic Discord server where we've got a community of over 250 members now. And yay, guild message of the day. I've been getting into ESO. So you can come along, you can talk about mods, modding, Skyrim, gaming, anything in general. You can also go to the Forge section where people share their creations. You can share your own creations. You can get inspiration. You can go to the mod support if you want some help with something. There's usually people around willing to lend a hand. And we also have the announcements section. I really do get into announcing a lot of my stuff on Discord. It's a lot easier. I'm on there all the time. I'm always active on there. It makes more sense. Sorry, I'm having fun with this whole setup thing now. I was staring at that again when I had that on. Oh dear. But anyway, yeah, please check out the community Discord. It's a great place to be. And the other thing to mention is just Patreon. It's something that for some reason I tend to shy away from, but a lot of people are getting a Patreon nowadays. It's a really great way to support your favourite creators. If you have a little bit of extra coin available each month, I would very much appreciate if you could come and support me on Patreon. It does help me keep this entire thing running because I'm always improving my content, buying new equipment, trying to get things up and running. And yeah, the more cameras and the more screens and the more bloody microphones I add, the bloody higher the electric bill goes. But if you are able to support me on Patreon, please do. Don't worry if you can't. It's just an option. It's just there to help me out a little bit. That is a thing. Khajiit needs coin. But anyway, Khajiit impression is terrible. That is it. I'm going to stop rambling. I keep saying I'll stop rambling. I'll keep talking. So there we go. You can check out the website, www.darkfox127.co.uk. That's where everything's at. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will speak to you next time.